best one. So let's just go ahead and get into it so we can all go to sleep.
My values are simple. I believe in freedom above all else. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? What do I mean? If you want my support this November, I'm gonna need more info on what exactly you mean when you say freedom. Well, it's a freedom. It's freedom. Right, but you don't believe in a pregnant person's freedom to self-determine the best course of action when it comes to their personal health care. That's right. Cool. What about a child's freedom to make it through elementary school without being extinguished by someone else carrying an AR-15? Let's say this kid gets to middle school or high school and realizes that they are trans or non-binary or gay or bisexual. I believe that child should have the freedom to be themselves and to present in whatever identity makes them feel most authentic without threat of violence or discrimination. Do you believe in that child's freedom then? Well, or what if that kid happens to have more melanin in their skin than you or me? Do you think that kid should have the freedom to live their life without fear of being racially profiled by their lighter skinned neighbors or arrested and brutalized by police because of the color of their skin? What about the freedom of people who want to move to this country for a better life, who want to seek refuge here? What about our collective freedom to live on a planet with clean air to breathe, clean water to drink, and clean energy to power our communities? What about our freedom to join together in unions to negotiate fair working conditions? What about our freedom to access affordable healthcare? What about our freedom to learn, our freedom to self-expression? Look, I just believe that we should all be able to have different opinions and still respect one another. See, that's actually what I think. When I think about the American ideal of freedom, I think about how America is an ideologically pluralistic nation, a nation where people of varying nationalities, ethnicities, religious affiliations, gender and sexual identities, even political ideologies, should all be afforded the same freedom to be treated equally and with dignity, free from a powerful few that seek to rule over all who don't live, look, or love like them. When you talk about freedom, I think you mean specifically wanting the freedom to control who we can be and what we can do. I don't think you want a world where we all have different opinions and we respect each other despite our differences. I think you want a world where we all have different opinions, but the laws are written to favor your specific opinions. You really want a world where you're free to impose your will onto others. You're not going to vote for me, are you? No. And neither should you.
Well, if the Democrats had just ran that commercial,
Mm-hmm.
just run that. Don't just insert the candidate's name at the end. That.
Yep. I am, and I approve this message.
I had to show that video because I've showed this guy a lot of times on this show. First time I've ever seen him go in like that, because I can't catch no lie.
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
No, my memory is it feels like 11 o'clock. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just like.
But
I do remember his mustache.
I'll make it short and sweet to the point. There's a difference between free and free will. Free will is total freedom. You have the right to do what you want to do as long as you don't affect the abilities of anybody else. You want to have a steak? Have a steak. It don't affect anybody else. Free is I also have the right under the First Amendment to tell you that you are a-hole for eating steak and killing cows and all this other stuff. So they're going to use freedom as much as they want to, because freedom is their way of saying you are free to do whatever you want, but I have the freedom to actually tell you that you're wrong. And if you don't agree with me, I have the freedom to make laws and regulations and bylaws to make sure that your freedom doesn't work.
I see it a totally another way. You're free to do what I tell you to do. That's essential.
That's a way of saying it. That's a great way of saying it. You're free
to
under my guidelines and under my laws. You're free to do what you want to do, as long as you're going under what I tell you to do. So, yeah, you are free to go from state to state. You are not free to go to another state to get an abortion.
Yeah, even though you
That
can't
is my
regulate
rules and my
travel.
regulation. So, yeah, this dude was good. Viz, you don't have anything to say, or you done?
I mean, it was a good video.
Mhm.
I have mine is more like nitpicky things, like you're twisting freedom with rights and privileges, so it's not a pure discussion. Um,
Well,
and
would you not say that MAGA twists those?
no, I don't know. I 100% agree that they do. I think they are bad people and they're not operating in good faith. So
I saw it as he was like directly refuting.
well, he was refuting talking points from the imaginary person's side, but he wasn't actually receiving those talking points. And then it's not as convincing when you're just kind of, slamming somebody with facts per se. But no, I think it was a good video. I think it's one that should have gotten an opportunity to. Maybe it did go viral and it just didn't hit my radar or something like that. I think it was good. It served its purpose. It was funny. It was cute, and it was somewhat informative. I was just saying on a nitpicky thing, like, there is no right to universal health care. No right to that. And then if you do get it and it becomes a right, that's still not the equivalent to freedom. And then I don't think people truly want freedom. I don't think that an organized society can function off of true freedom. I think in order to be part of a larger society and community and nation state, there are certain freedoms that you as a citizen relinquish or are allowed to be abridged so that the greater whole is being treated with equality and justice.
Yeah.
Freedom doesn't care about justice. Freedom
Mm.
is laissez-faire. Freedom is everyone do as you choose with no restraints, because as a autonomous creature, you have freedom. The constraints and restraints are imposed upon you, right? It's kind of like with the whole, everyone is born free. Everyone
Right.
is born free. Someone or something takes
Your freedom.
parts of your freedom from you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
it's that type of argument. So it's
Okay.
more philosophical than anything.
And please
Yeah.
understand the difference between law and justice. Laws does not mean justice.
We don't get justice.
I don't want you to get twisted. Did you obey the law? Did you go by the law? Did you understand the law? I ain't even got to put words in. Did you obey the law? Did justice has occurred? No, that's not true at all.
Again, it's a distinction in terms, though, Marlon. So justice and the law, they actually do go together. Fairness and what's right or wrong, they don't care about justice or the law, right? Because the law is just because someone wrote laws to say that this is the justice system that we have. So now you're subject to these laws, and if you don't like them, change them, type of thing. But they're not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not right. So it's a distinction in terms, and I apologize. It's probably because I'm sleepy, so I'm like real literal. So I apologize.
That's
And in
okay.
fact,
All I'm
myself.
going to say is that the only connection that I see between justice and law is that the law is supposed to deliver justice, and then you have to realize that the country has written certain laws to damage certain people, certain groups, and everything else. So when the law works, people deem it as justice when it really isn't.
No, I agree. But that's when we're going back to that thing about facts and truths and stuff. It all depends on what side of the table you're sitting on, how accurate you think it is. Like when you really dig into our U.S. criminal justice system, as they call it. What was it? It was back when who's that guy who died? The Supreme Court guy who died with a heart attack. Alito? No, Alito's still alive. The other dude, you know.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
No, not her. Before her, the one before her. The guy, he was really just a bad conservative dude. But anyway.
Was it Scalise or am I wrong?
Yeah, Scalia. Antonin Scalia.
Yes.
Scalia, I thought he was still alive.
Ooh, he died of a heart attack at a Texas ranch. But the thing about him, I watched a video some years back when they were actually talking about the justice system and why truth is not what's important to the justice system, right? Justice is about a antagonistic system where each side vigorously presents its position, and who's ever best able to present their case, that's justice.
Right.
Because they can't always get to the truth, because what is the truth? So what we can do is get to justice. And I think that's really perverted and twisted, but it's the system that we're under. So long as you had an opportunity to defend yourself and you had decent counsel, win or lose, that was just. Because if we operated off a system of right and wrong, we would have a much harder time convicting anyone. So we would have a much lower prison population.
Like, oh, she stole your bread, but her children were hungry.
Right?
Yeah.
So
we wouldn't put her in jail as far as, oh, well, he stole hundreds of thousands of dollars. Put him in jail from his from 401k. So
if we were truly about right and wrong, we would look at things and say, you know what? I don't care how much money you have. You did this thing.
Yeah, you broke the law.
Guilty. It's like,
we should all be equal under that. Yeah.
But our justice system is more along it's not what I did, it's what you can prove.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh no. I'm surprised I lasted as long as I did. Anna, you first, so we can keep you awake long enough for you to tell everybody where they can find you.
CorelliaEtc.com. There's links to YouTube, Instagram. I'm really hardly on Facebook because I don't like being there. But you can find Borrelia, etc. there too. And like the page. That's it.
Tracy, tell everybody where they can find you in that little crazy interview.
You can always find my content at TracyMediaLLC.com and vote.
Please.
Tuesday is the day to do it, and I will not plug my own show, but I will be doing an election special solo on Tuesday. So watch it if you can. Watch me struggle.
What time, Tracy?
7
what time?
o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
7. All right.
Yes.
You can find me at ComplexSimpleMan.com. Please get out there and vote. Republicans, we want to make sure you get out there and vote on Wednesday. Don't miss your opportunity.
That's right.
But yeah, get out there and vote for real. Just do your thing. I wish you had all voted early if you had the opportunity to do so, but if you didn't, go out there, be prepared.
Election day because we like it.
It's cool for those who do like it. Didn't like it, just be prepared to wait. Be prepared for whatever games might be played. Be prepared for whatever the weather may be. Systems being down, all of those things. Show up, stay there until you get your voice recorded. You know what I mean? But good luck to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, that is our show for tonight. I do appreciate Anna, Diaz, and Tracy coming out on our show, including I appreciate each and every one of you that came out with the support, with the love, and with the comments. It is so important. Please do not let these people silence your voice and your right to go out there and vote. It's going to probably be hard in some areas, but it's not impossible. And please do not make them feel like it is impossible for you to make your voices heard. Please go out there and vote. Whichever way that you do it, I don't even care. Just make sure that you out there, and little church saying, show up and show out. So until next Saturday, this is Marlon on behalf of Anna, Diaz, and Tracy. We will see you when we see you